Welcome back to JT Raised Outdoors. I've got quite a bit of this wood that we split the other day. I need to get stacked up. I'm gonna try to stack it on some of these pallets. A lot of these posts are used out of old fence rows that we've had, and they're ones that we're not going to use anymore. Some of them are pretty short. Eventually what I want to do is stack wood out of that dump truck, so if I get going this direction, I can back that dump truck up where those pallets are, or those totes are, and that side by side, I'll have those out of the way. And as I work that direction, I'll just back the dump truck up right to the pile and just kind of keep going that way. Is kind of the game plan as I get more pallets and more firewood. So man, this wood yard is muddy. Where I got the grass tore up from skid loader and that kind of thing, it's nothing but straight mud. I mean, we've had rain every day for almost 2 weeks. But anyway, super muddy. It's raining all the time. So we're out here stacking wood, trying to get a little something done before dark sets in. I've thought about trying to hire a high school kid or somebody that's retired that wants to work a few hours a week to split wood, stack wood for me while we're running the tree saws, you know, and logging out the wood on our pasture clearing job. Joe with Ohio Wood Burner, if you haven't seen his channel, which I'm sure you have, you need to check him out. He's got a guy that I think he's in high school, comes out and stacks the wood for him. He processes it into his dump trailers, and piece is too little, and has a young man stack wood for him. So I may look into doing something like that here. We were hoping to make it to the Firewood Frenzy in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. That Dan at Back 40's putting together with Chris at Wolf Ridge, and we're not going to be able to make it. This is the most hands-on that we do with our firewood. If you watch some of our videos, we have tree saws that cut the trees down, and they're run by skid loaders. And then we use grapples with those same skid loaders and pull the trees out, log out the butts on them, limb them, and pile the limbs into brush piles. And then we log out the logs and bring them here as logs, or we have cut them up on location too in the rounds and loaded them in the dump truck with the skid loader. So at that point we never have handled anything by hand. The only thing we've done, if we do cut them in the rounds, is we've ran the chainsaw. So when we grab a hold of them and throw them on the splitter, that's the first time we actually touch them. And we got the Wolf Ridge conveyor as well, doing that where we can dump it into a dump truck right off the conveyor, and then pulling up here and stacking some of it in the rows. But I want to try to get ahead. I'm hoping to cut wood throughout the summer. So check out the wood yard, how wet it is, and got water standing on the ground. our game plan was to clean all this up and get it all smoothed out. And we shoved all these hedge rounds over here. I got this log here to cut up. There's a lot of wood in these big logs, but if I had a choice as far as cranking out production and getting as much done in a day, like as many rick in a day as you could, every one of them be about 10 inches. And man, you could really add up the wood in a hurry. It takes a little bit longer with these big ones just because they're harder to handle. It takes a little longer to get them. There's a lot of wood in them. Once we get them cut, I'll split them with that splitter laying over there, inline splitter, and break them down into smaller pieces. I'll show you some of these posts that I'm using. The spade on this one's gone, so it's crooked. So it's definitely not something we would use in a fence to try to hold a fence up. So they work good for this kind of stuff. They're, you know, kind of junk if you're going to consider building a fence with them. I've got these pallets set up to where I think I might want to go, you know, this way when I get this wood picked up. But the width of that dump truck is about the width of a rick of wood. So once I get these pallets filled up this way, then I think I can go another row that way and then back the truck up to it from there. There's 3 rick. Didn't sink all the way down in the mud. I think that's going to be my plan. Take this 1 rick on out to the edge of that pallet and then start building back over there a couple of pallets, and then I can run 2 rick and just go west with it. This will help get it dried out, get it up off the ground. There's water standing underneath it right now, so I usually don't stack too much, but I tell you, I really haven't had a chance to put a whole lot of wood together. This is kind of my first year to be able to, you know, come out of winter and still have 30, 40 rick on the ground. This is the first year that I've actually been able to produce enough with the Wolfridge setup to get ahead. So, you know, I'm still trying to figure out and try to learn what I need to do on how to stack it, how to handle it when it comes off the conveyor. So the reason I bought what I bought with the Wolfridge is to be able to produce a bunch of it in a hurry. So if all you did was cut wood day in, day out, that single wedge splitter from the farm store would be great. We need to be able to produce a bunch at one time, and it's kind of a learning curve for me. I am not used to having so much wood come off a splitter at one time. And basically what it does is it creates a different bottleneck. It moves your bottleneck from one area and moves it to another. So my bottleneck was my splitter running the Wolfridge industrial splitter and the conveyor. Now I'm handling is my bottleneck, and it's still, I don't have a lot of time to commit to it every day. So we're learning, we'll get there. We'll figure out what we need to do, but for now I think I'm just gonna try to stack up as much as I can. But hey, if you enjoy these videos, consider subscribing, hitting the like button, share with your friends, leave us a comment, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks.